Hey there, it's Egwin from Beyond Systems. Welcome back to Movement and Consciousness Snacks. I don't think we ever jumped as soon in the video right into the exercise as in this one. Why? Because I'm already sitting in it. Yes, that's right, we're talking about the squat today. Either the squat like I'm doing right now, or a half squat, which is basically one leg in squat position, the other one I'm sitting on, or I'm sitting next to, but preferably actually sitting. So when we take a look at this posture from the side, we see that it requires a lot of hip mobility, a lot of ankle mobility, and obviously knee mobility as well. The way I'm sitting here, you see my whole foot completely touches the ground. This is important. That's what's actually happening when you squat in a healthy way. So anything where your heel is not completely touching the ground is actually something where you still need to work a little bit on your squatting posture. However, squatting might not be 100% the same for each and every person. This needs to be said here. Why? Because depending on your specific bone structure, there are different types of hip joint structures. Some have a very shallow hip joint, some have a rather deep hip joint. If your hip joint is extremely shallow, then it changes the way your squat will look like compared to a hip joint that is extremely deep. So the thing here is that depending on how much strength your body needs to actually stabilize the hip joint, it will also give you more or less mobility potentially in your ankle joints and so on. So again, we're talking about a structure that is completely linked with each other, where one joint literally takes care of the other and vice versa. So if you can manage to squat like this, it should really feel completely comfortable. And squatting is probably one of the most fundamental movements that you as a human being should be able to do. It's not a pull-up, it's not a push-up. If you manage to do a squat, this is actually something that helps your overall health tremendously. As a stepping stone towards feeling comfortable in a squatting position, if you have troubles with bringing your heels down to the ground, just take something, take a thick book or maybe a mat that's thick like this and put it underneath your heels, just to take out the pressure. There's no point if your ankle mobility is not developed far enough and your hip mobility is not developed enough to protect the joints, to try and squat with your tiptoes and go around like this in a very unstable way. There is no point in doing this. If you manage a complete squat with your feet on the ground, then you'll be safe and your joints will be safe as well. And it might take a couple of steps to get back to this. I say to get back to this because this is an ability that each and every one of you had at some point in their lives. As a baby, you had this ability. And many cultures who still around on the ground a lot, they still have this ability up until very old age. In our society, in our modern society, we're constantly sitting on a regular toilet, we're sitting on a chair and so on. Hip mobility and this squatting ability actually declines a lot. However, it is an extremely important and healthy exercise, not just for your hip joints, but for your overall balance, for your strength, for your coordination, for helping with digestion, for your circulatory system, and so on and so on. It's really a very, very, very important exercise. And when we take a look at it and say you are able to squat comfortable like I am right now, then there is a couple of possibilities that you can do. Actually, so many, it would require a whole separate series just to go through some of them. But I'm going to show you 2 or 3 of those. One is just simply bring your upper body a little bit forward, even between your legs if that's possible. Make sure that your spine is as straight as possible at the beginning, and you can bring your elbows slightly out to the side like so, with your hands resting on the ground. And now when you move to the front, when you lean your upper body a little bit more to the front, your knees are actually pressing against your elbows, and now you can roll the shoulder blades down and actually lengthen your whole spine even a little bit more out of your hip joints. You can also roll down to the front and really try and press the legs backwards, but this requires even more hip mobility. Or you can simply alternate between the left and the right side in an attempt, again, to work with the joints, with your ankle joints, with your hip joints, with your balance, with the arches of your foot, and just simply play around a little bit. From here, it's just one step to getting to half squat, which is pretty much bringing one leg under, and out of this position, many different additional progressions are possible. You can do a complete half squat, meaning not even sitting on the other leg, but really having this one right leg completely stable on the ground, holding the other one out to the front, trying to lift it up, trying to bring it back to the side, and so on, and stabilize on just through one leg. So there are many progressions possible. Just make sure, go in the squat if that's possible for you. Otherwise, work with something underneath your heels. And if you still lack mobility in your knees and in your hip joint to get comfortable in this position, then I suggest check for progressions that lead towards a healthy squat. This is really something that has tremendous far-reaching effects on your health potentially, and actually it's a fun exercise, it's a fun thing to do. To sit like this on the ground, or to move like this on the ground, just with your legs underneath you, and you can literally, you can move around, you can open the legs to the side, and just challenge yourself more and more. It's just a fun routine to do that is healthy on top of it. And that's just, what more do you want, literally? If you have questions, leave them in the comment box below, or suggestions for videos and so on. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful time. If you like this video and want to know more, stay up to date and hit that subscribe button and the following, so the announcing button, and have a wonderful time. Thanks for watching, bye guys. Hey there, if you liked the video you just watched, and chances are you did, otherwise you probably wouldn't be on anymore, then this might actually be something that's of interest to you. It's thrivebeyondsystems.com. See, I put together this page to open up another opportunity for people like you who are interested in movement, who are interested in how to use their mind to improve their postural health, their movement health, and their overall well-being by using fundamental principles. Not everything that I teach, I can actually teach on YouTube, just simply because the format of those short videos is sometimes not enough. So if you want to dive deeper into how basic principles can be applied in real life to improve your overall health, well-being, and your movement and postural health, then you can go to thrivebeyondsystems.com. It's completely free, just to jump on the page and to read through all the content. I explain the most fundamental principles that I use in my work with clients in order to help them to improve whatever they want, actually. Whether it's sportsmen who want to improve their efficiency of training, or it's regular people who just want to improve their overall well-being. And if you scroll down completely to the bottom of the page, you'll find a link actually to one of my online courses. It's a 6 weeks online course, which is even the next step
where I take people on this journey of creating a complete foundation of movement and consciousness, of some very fundamental principles that each and every one can apply in real life instantly to improve their overall health, their well-being, their posture, and their movement practice. If you want to check it out, just go to thrivebeyondsystems.com. The link is also in the description of this video down below, and maybe see you in there. If you have any questions, again, you can always ask, you can always write me an email. It would be great to see some of you and work in even deeper levels. Have a wonderful time, thanks for watching, and see you next time.